Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Just wanted to do a video on the Aerobar kit install on the Canyon Speedmax series. You can see here I'm showing on the phone the manual that's on there online, and it doesn't have any of the specific instructions on how this goes together. And I'm highlighting here in this manual where it shows you the first step, and then after that it says to refer to the Aerobar install kit, the bike fitting kit. And although it's a great piece of it's one of the best layouts I'd seen. It doesn't really show you step by step the instructions, so I just really wanted to put together a video and let everyone kind of experience putting it together with me, and hopefully you guys will benefit from it. If you have any questions about the video or about the bike itself, just leave them in the comment section and I'll try and get back to you. And my goal is to add the larger piece, take this one out, add the larger piece here, and then add my, I believe this is 6 degree. I believe this is the 6 degree. They give you a tool with a torque wrench. You're gonna take the smallest one out and place it in here. So you're gonna take this screw out, doing this with one hand, so. Well, that just dropped in there. So, hey, once again, learn from me. All right, quick note. This is the one we just pulled out here, this screw here. Well, this one came on the back side of the riser here. This cover is actually seated here, nice and tight. It's actually really well, fitted. So you're gonna unscrew this screw from the back of this cover here. You'll see it's the only one back there. And then you're gonna push down on this here in the front, right? And it's gonna lift these spacers up a little bit more. You're gonna push down a little bit more, and then you're going to basically just pull this up and out. This is the most progress I've made. There we go. Pulling up, and you're going to uncover this area. So it's very particular how it's going to go back in there. Make sure you note direction and how it went in. I wanted to show this angle here because you could see the junction box and how it kind of it's able to telescope through. In the next shot, you're going to be able to see it, but I wanted to include this one here. You're going to remove those back 2 plugs, and I'll go into that in the next clip. In here we have it looks like a module that connects the blips in the front to what your gear set is, your derailleurs in the back. So I'm going to pull these straight out this direction here. It's kind of embedded along the backside. You'll see that where they tucked them away. It looks like I can. There you go. Okay, pop that out of there. I'm going to get the other gear, the other one to pop out as well. So I'm going to put this here and lock that in place. Pull that here. And place my white on top of here. Okay, so this way, pulling it, there you go. So pulling that out that way, now we can pull this here. And now you can actually see like some sort of junction box here. And it has foam. Side note, I'm pulling this back into the tube here. This needs to be pushed forward, my grips do. Now I'm going to remove the GPS mount. I'm gonna have to unscrew these, and what also means I'm gonna have to unscrew this screw as well. Because there is a screw that is attached to this GPS mount, if you don't know, that sticks off to the side that actually holds these new ergons in the front. That way it's not just the old style. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 screws, I'm going to undo them, the 2 bolts, I'm going to stretch this out, and in theory this is going to stretch inside of the tube here as well. And I guess we'll see what happens. By the way, this is the second one inside the stack here, so the second one. All right, so lesson learned here. You don't have to pull these all the way out. We're just gonna loosen it because this doesn't screw into anything except for something very similar to your seat post extender, or expander, I should say. So this is gonna screw into here. So I just needed to loosen these up a bit, and I started getting the ability to move these immediately. So I'm gonna place this in here, and we're gonna find out. Yep, look, theory worked. So now your junction box is further back, and now this being unscrewed allows you to telescope this forward and backwards as you please. So I'm going to show you the picture they gave me here, and since I'm adding the angled spacer, they have two options for angled spacers here. I'm going to opt for the angled spacer. It says angled spacer 3 or 6 degrees, and that gives me those two at the top. As you can see in my box back here, it's laid out exactly like that in yours. At the top, they're just 2 bolts, only options you have. Take the 4th out, lock that bad boy in there, and we're going to untwist it. And there's a small, it looks like washer there, and a small spacer there. Not sure what they're gonna call this here, but all right. And as soon as you start doing that, you start seeing your plate lifting right up from here, and you have, this is 2 separate pieces. So just so you know, this tube and then your cockpit itself, or the arm rests, that's 2 separate pieces. So be prepared for that to be lifting up when you do it. Hopefully you're able to see what I'm seeing here. This is a very long bolt. You can see it coming all the way to the top now. You have your bolts here that are very long bolts. Okay, here we are. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, so you have your 2 bolts, you have your actual, so you have these 2 kind of concave shaped, and then on top of it, it kind of fits perfectly in there. See that? Fits perfectly in there. So you'll know which way to go. This larger one was on the bottom before we put it in. So placing these around my bolts over here. Okay, something I forgot to mention, there's these things called assembly pins. You get a whole box of them in here. They're about this small, they're very tiny, but you get a box of them in there. They go right in these small spots that fit perfect. They fit perfectly in there. I believe I dropped one on the ground. Not sure where it's at, but thankfully Canyon hooked us up, gave us multiple assembly pins. This, I'm not sure what size this one is, the standard, but we're gonna swap it out for the 90 millimeter stack height, so it's gonna go up slight. You can see the slight difference here. It's pretty significant actually. We're gonna swap these bolts that are in here, these silver ones, out with these black ones. They're much longer, so we're gonna swap those out. If there are any washers in here, I'll let you know, but I'm gonna start taking these out, and once we take it out, we're gonna swap this out. It should be pretty quick. There's nothing really hidden here, and if I do find anything, I will be sure to show you. All right, so these will actually be a little bit tight when you first start. Not sure if they have anything dipped at the end, like some sort of thread lock, but it is honestly a little tight at the beginning, more tight than I had expected. You can see the blue there. So I'm gonna do the same. You can see a little bit here, but I'm gonna put the actual thread locks on here because I've had issues with the cockpits moving around in the past. Not the Canyon, but my felt. So I'm just gonna take the extra precaution and add a little bit of thread lock on there. Just a small amount, just like Canyon did with this one here. Same as last one, you got some thread locker right here. It is still actually a little wet. I mean, I just got this thing, so I'm sure that is from just about a week ago. Before I got it, they probably just put that on there. And then this should come right off. Yep, sure did. So you could see the residue. We're gonna wipe that clean. You can see the 2 assembly pins right here. Keep those there and then wipe that clean. We'll put another bit of thread locker on there. And it looks like there's some sort of like a light grease. I'm gonna go get a paper towel and make sure that that's not still thread locker and that's not what I'm thinking it is. So this here is my thread locker blue medium strength. This was recommended for my other cockpit on my felt, so I'm going to put this one on my new bolts on the Canyon. Make something. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. How about that? I'll do this back one first. Make sure you don't get it covered in here. Mm-hmm. Could you please stop agreeing with me? Grab your torque wrench and start feeding it in here. Right at the beginning, I know that it's heading into this hole here. All right, so we're tightening down to 5 Newton meters. Now that we're almost done, going to 5, stopping, and going to 5, and stopping. And we are good with this layer. On to the next layer. So this may be self-explanatory, but there are 4 holes along here, and you're gonna wanna go into the smaller holes, the ones that are not threaded. So you're gonna set your assembly pins into the smaller non-threaded holes. Now you can make sure that they are on page number 7 for the angled spacer set. A mono spacer of 20, which is this one here. We're gonna go with a 5, which is the small spacer here, a max of 25 on top of our 90. And then we will go with our 6 degree, 3 or 6. So we're gonna go with a 6 degree, a little bit more aggressive, picking up. And it says directly under the carbon spring. Referring to the carbon spring here, they're talking about the 2025 and older. This is the 2026 Speedmax CFR. So there's not going to be a carbon spring that I'm going to be dealing with here. And if you do have a carbon spring, just follow the instructions accordingly. The numbers are on the top. As you can see from the previous, the number is on the top, the part number. And then we will place this on top of here. There's one here. 4 spacers. Then we will use our 5mm spacer. There, which is our steeper spacer. Place that here. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now we have our 4. This is our angle here. All right, noted to take this third one out, 1, 2, and then you have 3 because you only have 1, 2, 3 holes there. This one would just get in the way. So take your assembly pin out, place it back in your bag, and then you're gonna place this assembly here on top. There we go. And it doesn't seem to be moving. Making sure we have our concave where it's flush, the concave one inward and then outward, big on the bottom, so they will go in this direction. I'm gonna pull this tube out because if not, it falls into place here. So we're gonna keep that out of the way. I'm gonna pre-feed these in here. So you'll put your assembly pins at the front and back. You only have 2 holes in the front, right in front of that bolt and right in front of the other bolt. So for that reason, you only need to put 2 there. We are going to lower this down in place. Start both of these screws here. I'm gonna do the same on the back one now. All right, do the front one. All right, noted, do the front one first. Do the front one first because when it's very tight in the front here. So do the front, tighten the back one up as much as you can, but then the front one, you're gonna have a small issue trying to work your torque wrench into the small space they gave you, and then do the back one. Over top of it. All right, so your bike comes with these for your brakes. I just use it to kind of tuck the cords back behind here. And once you've tucked these cords back behind here, it's pretty simple moving forward. Close this video out with is just a couple notes you'll do. You'll reattach the cover down here, reattach this cover here, and then it will cover up everything that you've got down there and it won't look so dorky. And then once we've covered this, we will work on adjusting the telescopic, because now we can see that our module is connected back together. I made sure I connected that correctly. And we will use this telescopic distance, we'll figure that out. And then the other piece that you're gonna connect is going to be your cover here. So this cover is gonna go back into this place here where it will kind of gently house all your stuff. And then make sure that you put your silver screw back in here. And once it's all said and done, you can be happy with your new setup with a 90, a 20, a 5, and then this spacer here appears to be about 10, but with the angle, we'll probably add another 5 there. I'd say close to about 130 here, 125 to 130, and with the more aggressive angle, 6 degree. There's also options that you could purchase online for more aggressive ones, but now you can do it yourself. All right, so if you made it this far into the video, you're seeing the finishing product here. Hopefully this video has helped you and you've been able to put together your Aerobar install kit. And, like I said before, if you have any questions, just put them in the comment. I'll try and get to them. But really appreciate you bearing with me and the audio challenges that I had with this video. But have an awesome day and God bless.